One that really jumps out at me is actually media. And it's an interesting one because I think there's certainly been some controversy around that. Does media really trigger ADHD? And in my experience, and also in looking at the literature, I think it can be a huge contributing factor. I don't think it's usually the one thing by itself. Oftentimes there's predispositions, there's other issues that are going on. Sometimes it might, if there's really a lot of excessive media overuse. And this the tricky thing about a phone and our use of media is oftentimes we don't realize that it is impairing our ability to stay on task and to focus.
And I've heard, and don't quote me directly on this, but I've heard something like 1 hour a day of sort of leisure entertainment that's via a screen, right, can be enough to sort of impair one's ability to concentrate to a degree that's significantly recognized, in the study that's done. Using it for more productive means is going to impair attention. So there definitely seems to be something at play there that is worthy of considering. And one other thing I'd say is, for those that are maybe skeptical about how much media may play a role, or just technology may be playing a role in this, is that while the evidence for this causing ADHD is not super clear, or not everybody would necessarily agree on it, the I think most people would realize that the preponderance of evidence is much more on that side of the
Yes.
aisle than on the other side
Yeah.
of it being good for attention and those that deal with ADHD symptoms.
Yeah, we have to be really careful to realize, when we have a predisposition towards media addiction, any kind of, or just overuse, maybe we'll say,
Yeah,
there's also an element of denial
sure.
because, especially if we're tending to overuse media, we don't want to really recognize that. And so I think it's important to be open minded with this.